Welcome to Man Talk, Real Talk. Introduce yourself.
My name's Jeff Simpson, the co-founder of Mastermind Academy.
I am Des Morant. I'm co-CEO of Mastermind Academy, a company that Jeff and I formed in 2009, where we coach, mentor, train, and we inspire positive change.
And Man Talk, Real Talk, just to give a platform for the men for authentic speaking and just for them to be themselves. Yes, Man Talk, Real Talk. We're actually here.
We're doing it, man.
We're doing it. We're so excited to be here today.
Let's hit them with this, Jeff. This is the strapline for Man Talk, Real Talk.
Go ahead.
Right, so real conversations, real men, real talk.
I love that.
Should I say it again?
Yeah, please.
Real conversation, real men, real talk.
Absolutely. Why do you feel that's important, though? When you think about that line, why, in your mind, do you think that's important?
Because men don't generally get to speak on a level whereby they're going to be heard. Most men, what we do as a man, we internalize things and we don't actually allow and as a result of it, we can go through crisis moments that we bring on ourselves because we don't actually communicate. You see all these ladies, they talk in good ways because it's therapy.
Yeah.
But for us men, we need that kind of therapy as well.
That's very true. But that's all important and we should get to that. But I think at this stage of where we are with Man Talk, Real Talk, we need to really introduce ourselves properly to our audience. How did we meet?
School days. I lived in Tooting in South London. I moved from there from Balham and we used to live on the same road.
What was your first impressions of me back then?
I thought you were a good kid, but slightly annoying at school. Yeah, some things never change.
That's true. It's funny, the comparisons, the way that we looked at each other. You were at the other side of the road. So there was you, your brother, and your two sisters. There was me and my three sisters, so it was four. And we got to know each other from that. And we went to the same school, primary school, same secondary school.
Yeah.
And we knew each other for all that time till now. I won't tell people how old you are. I won't even tell them how old I am. We'll keep that as a secret, yeah? That's something they can find out later.
Do you remember at school?
Go on.
The fight we had?
Yeah, and I beat you up, remember? Yeah, don't worry about that. That's fine. That's fine.
Don't give me the needed, man.
Don't be so ashamed. This is fine. You know, we were young. We were young, and I was a stronger man at that time. A younger man. Yes.
Anyway, so let's move on.
Okay, let's do that.
Then we really kind of got back together again. Do you remember that morning? It was like a scene out of a movie. I came out my front door, holding my 1-year-old son at the time.
Yeah.
We'd left school and we hadn't seen each other for about five.
Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And I came out the house, looked down the road, and who do I see come walking up? Jeff Simpson himself. And from that day, 31 years ago,
yeah,
we've kind of been inseparable ever since.
Yeah, I can't get rid of you.
There's no need for that, Jeffrey. Remember, we're on camera, you've got to be nice.
Yeah, okay. But we also have to be real, right?
Of course. Real conversations, real men, real talk.
Indeed.
All right.
I love you, really. I love you, really.
Okay,
so it's all good. It's all good.
From there onwards, then we got into a business together where we got exposed to self-development.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
And
how can I forget?
What was that experience like for you?
It was needed at the time because I think we were very young men trying to find our way in life. And we needed something that we could grasp so that we could move on with our lives and make sense of the universe and the world that we were living in. And as young men at that time, we were hungry for some certain amount of success.
Yeah, totally.
So we were looking for those people that had what we wanted, and we were looking for material, anything that would satisfy that hunger that we had at that time. And we found it. We found it in personal development books. We found it in a business which we operated. We created a lot of friends and a lot of affiliation with success. And we followed that path for a while. That's what led us into this space, because we understood that it wasn't just about us. It was then about who we were serving in the future. So we needed to really invest ourselves in that and really throw ourselves into that place and into that industry so that we were able to then be at this point where we can help others.
Do you remember the trips up to these places?
Yeah, of course
What used
I do.
to happen? 'Cause
Yeah.
we used to go to Wales, Liverpool,
Yeah.
the Midlands,
Yeah.
all over. But what do you think that done to our relationship?
I think it done a lot. This is the thing about men and the trick that is missed sometimes. Because when we were doing the traveling, the time we spent in the car
Right.
together on those long trips were the mentoring and coaching, and they were priceless, exactly. Because we got so much done in the talk about how we were looking for our futures, our relationships, our relationship between ourselves. And it built this foundation that allowed us to be at this point today, which was priceless. I mean, that is where the basis and the foundation of any relationship should start, with the talk. And that's what we were able to do, because we talk excessively. I mean, I remember we went to Wales one time, which is about 3.5 hour journey,
because it was right
there,
at the other end of the M4.
and then it was probably about a 4 hour journey back because it was the traffic. And we played no music. We had nothing in the car. It was just absolute talk. And I know that is not something that naturally happens with men. We were able to do that quite easily and quite naturally because we were in that space. And I think that just made so much of a difference.
I had nowhere else to go, mate.
Well, there was an eject button, which I did think about many a times, but I didn't press it. So there you go. That's fine. I would say that was part of the start of us understanding who we were, who and our relationship, and about the future that we were going to have in our business and what we were going to do to serve others.
Do you remember the laughs that we used to have there?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I'm not talking about laughs. I'm talking about laughs to the point where your belly aching laughs, where you had to pull over.
You had to pull over.
Because we were laughing so much, man.
Yeah. Well, that's, again, important, right?
Laughter therapy, man.
Yeah, it's therapy, it's connection, and it's all to do with what we do in our business and what we're looking to do with this podcast as well. Because we want to put a platform. It may not be in the car, it might be it's just on the settee here, but it's going to be a platform where men can just be themselves. And this is why we birthed Man Talk, Real Talk.
We invested at that time in authentic conversation. And that's what we're going to talk about today, right? Because at the time, we were having real conversation. We were real men. We had real talk.
Yeah.
Let's flip the script now. Let's talk about authenticity.
Right.
I've done a bit of digging. I went to the English dictionary.
Yeah.
And this is what it actually says. The quality of being real or true. Authenticity. If we delve into that subject now, what does authenticity mean to you? Why is it important to be authentic in this world that we're living in right now?
I think the biggest one for me has to be integrity. Has to be.
What's integrity?
Well, integrity for me is about who you are with me and the world, because there's no hiding place. I want to know that when I speak to you, I speak to you. When I share things with you, I share them with you, the person that I have connection with.
Yeah.
And I must know that I trust you. And integrity means various different things for various different many people. But for me, it means realness. It means solid. Because I feel that the integrity is there and you're a real person, then it's easy for me to offload. And that's what the relationship should be. So there must be masses of integrity. And I think that's the key.
Okay. Do you remember?
Actually, before you go there, let me ask you the question. Because although we've known each other for years, your view on it may be different. So let's take your view.
My view on authenticity is, being true to yourself. We're living in a world right now where social media has its place.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant tool to use. But on there, I find, and this is my opinion, there's a lack of authenticity. There's a lack of realness. Because a lot of what you see on there is not real. Some of the people that are on there, they're real people, but they're not actually showing their true self.
Yeah.
They're living up to the cameras, so to speak.
Yeah.
We used to see a lot of these speakers on stage. Remember Willie Jolly, Les Brown. On stage, they were one person. And then when they came off the stage, they were someone else. And I remember at the time, because I wanted to be, or we wanted to be seen as someone of importance on that level, I started to adapt their ways. I speak with a South London accent. They speak with an American accent.
Yeah.
But I tried to imitate and to be like them. It came across as being fake. I faked myself out for a period of time. But then when I really started to embrace me and started to love who I was and like what I had, that's when my true authentic self started to come out. Authenticity for me is embracing. So it's embracing who you are, embracing the gifts that you have without trying to be like someone else. Just be you. You know, when we do our training sessions, the first thing we say to individuals is, if you want to get anything out of these sessions, be real. Hence, real talk. Because when you're true to yourself, you allow the natural flow to happen. But if you're fake and you're not being real, how can you ever be happy?
Well, the thing is that in the world that we live in, unfortunately, a lot of people wear masks.
Yeah.
Because they wear masks for
The spectators.
to cover the real self, because they feel that they have to, because the real world will not accept them as they are. They feel the world will have a problem with the real person that they are. So therefore, they hold back and they put on a mask. So, you know, it's interesting that you mentioned about some of those speakers.
Yeah.
When on the stage, they have a stage presence. When they come off the stage, they don't need that stage presence anymore. They just want to be themselves. I'm not saying that they're not themselves on the stage. You have a job to do when you're on the stage.
To deliver.
And when you're off the stage, it's not so much of a job. You're just being with people. You want to bring some of that essence from the stage to who you are. But again, getting back to the authenticity thing, I think people wear masks because they're scared of showing the real world their real selves. You know the snails, and if you touch their eyes and it goes back and it sinks in, that's what happens to people. The real world, they go out in the real world, and they show themselves to the real world, and the real world shuts them down and they sink into their shell. And they experience that too many times, and it puts them in a place of, well, I'm not going to be my real self. And then the only time you find that they are their real selves is when they find whoever it might be, on a one-to-one, maybe a partner, friend, they can be their real selves. As human beings, if we're patient and if we're authentic ourselves, we will draw the authentic person from that person. We almost have to be a mirror to everybody else. So if I can be myself, that gives you permission to be you. Yeah? So I think there's many facets to this, and people listening will understand that, because as we're talking, they're probably thinking, do I wear a mask? It's a good question to ask. I mean, there's no condemnation. That is your protection mechanism.
Someone said to me once, if you look within yourself and you don't like what you see, change it, because your outer self will be seen because of what's going on inside of you.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure I get the words right. So if you're not right within, don't expect the outside to be right either.
But this is the thing, Des. I mean, every morning we get up, right? We have the authority and we have the option We don't like what we see. So when we look in the mirror, the man or the woman that stares us back from the mirror, if we don't like that person, then we have the option to change that. Or we can stay and remain the same.
That's so true.
And sometimes we have to shut the noise out, the real world, the world out there, the universe, whatever you want to call it, because there's already enough noise going on in here. Yeah? We've got things that we're dealing with on a daily basis, you know, work, family, business, money, you name it. It's all going on here. And then we've got the real world that when we get out into it, there's another lot of noise. Yeah? So we have to be in control of that. If we're not in control of that, we're not in control of ourselves. And then that's the other thing. When you're not in control of yourself and people see that, people start controlling you. They start controlling your diary. They start controlling your time. They start controlling all kinds of things. And then you become this person that just goes from one place to the next at the whim of everybody else. Authenticity starts with you. It has to. And it has to be about how much power you're willing to give to other people. I would suggest, as somebody who's been through many types of different things in my life, you take control of that. So every time you look in the mirror, you have the option. Do I like what I see? If you don't, change it.
When was the moment that you recognise that you needed to change?
It happens every day, brother.
What was a significant moment?
One significant, and now you're asking, wow. The main one for me has to be when I decided that I'm going to take control of my own life. That's a big one. And I'll tell you why it's a big one, because for many years, I was everything to everybody else.
But were you being your authentic
No.
self?
I was being my authentic self in the sense that I was being the real Jeff, happy-go-lucky, serving, ever present, ever available. And that was great because I was serving everybody else and I was doing everything for everybody else. But when I made the decision that it's got to be about Jeff first, because you can't pour from an empty cup, right?
That's right, yeah.
Right. I had to look in the mirror and realize, that's good. You're doing and you're a service to everybody. You're Jeff and everybody loves Jeff and they can call Jeff up and Jeff will be there at a drop of a hat, blah, blah, blah. But the minute you decide that it's got to be about you first, fill up your cup so you can empty it, you know, help everybody else, it became a huge problem for the rest, for the world. I think it's key for a lot of men as well, because a lot of men want to be to a lot of things to a lot of people, but you can't. What you're doing, in a sense, is you're saying to the world that I'm here for you, and then when you go home, you've got nothing for yourself. And again, when you go back out there, what do? You pour from a very empty cup. You become sore as a person in your heart.
Bitter or sore?
Well, it could go from one extreme to the next. And that's why I needed to change it.
Yeah.
Your experiences will always be your indicators. If you ignore them, they will always happen. If you take the courage to change them, then it becomes a different experience. And that's when you change, excuse me, people change. And funny enough, the world changes because everything starts to look different. People start to treat you different. You see things that would have made you very upset at one point.
Or respond in a certain way.
Or get angry. And now it's like, that's paragraph 1.126, which I solved about 6 years ago. You know, it becomes a manual and you recognize it. And because you recognize it, it doesn't become a problem anymore. And that's where strength lies. Strength lies when you put yourself in a place that nothing can bother you. And if it does bother you, you know what you should do and how to resolve it.
that change happened for me because my true self was yet to be discovered. The training that we went on, it reprogrammed my mind. It exposed me to the true values that lie dormant within me, core values they call it now, within me. And then I was able to now function differently as a result of it.
So with that in mind,
Yeah.
I'll ask you the same question. What was the key point that you realised that you had to change?
When I was younger, I was an individual that thought that when I spoke to people, that people weren't really engaging with me. My internal program was I was walking around with these thoughts. As a result of it, I'll stumble with my words.
Why do you think that was there?
It came from my childhood.
Right.
I loved my father to bits.
Mm.
I remember he used to send me to get his tools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'd come back and I'd get the wrong thing. And you know, typical kind of West Indian parentage would say, "What to boy, yeah, idiot." That means, are you?
We'll put, for the benefit of our listeners, we'll put the subtitles on there so you can hear what he actually said. Yeah, go on.
And it affected me.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it at the time, but me and my son, we have conversation. Back then, we never had conversation.
Yeah, but it's a different time, isn't it? Because I can relate to that massively because being a young man at that time, back in those days, you were a child and you were to be seen and you were not to be heard, you know, unless you were arts. And it was a very wide thing. Not just in the, I don't think it was just in the Caribbean culture. I think it was of the time, but it was very prevalent there.
I think it was.
It was.
I don't remember having a long conversation with my dad.
No, it
as a
didn't
child.
Yeah,
it never happened.
Yeah.
And I don't remember having long conversations back then, apart from when you're with your friends.
Yeah.
So growing up, that affected me in that way because I weren't able to conversate on that level. I weren't able to conversate the way we're conversating now.
Yeah.
My true authentic self was being hidden. It was buried.
Yeah.
And it needed to be dug up.
Yeah.
And it needed to be exposed. In fact, it needed someone to come up with a hammer and chisel away at it to expose the true authenticity that lied within me.
Yeah.
And I can't get away from that. As a result of all of the training that we had, it changed me as an individual.
Yeah.
And I found my authentic self.
Yeah. I think true for a lot of men and some women, because I think, you know, when we were younger, again, that thing about you're a child, you're seen and not heard. You're not supposed to have an opinion. You think I could have come into my mum's and my dad's home and say, listen, today I don't feel like I want to eat your food. I want to go to McDonald's. And today I choose not to go to school. And you'll be all right with that. Because that would never have happened. In fact, we would have, well, for the sake of the camera, I won't tell you exactly what would have happened because they get locked up now. But you can do that. And to a large extent, that's what allowed us not to be the people that we could have been a lot sooner. It took a while for us to, again, it's that scenario about the shell and the snail, you know? The snail's going to go back. If it's touched or if it's uncomfortable, it's going to go into its shell. And that's what happened to a lot of men, I believe. Even if they didn't have that kind of upbringing, they naturally, as men, we don't express ourselves unless we're given the platform to, which is why, you know, this is important. This podcast is important. For us, it's really about understanding and helping you guys out there to understand just how important it is that we have that platform to do what we need to do.
This is my kitty cat, by the way. Who needs to... We're keeping it real, aren't we, Jeff?
Keeping it real.
We're keeping it real. What ways are now working for you better than what they were back then?
These days, it's taking a stoic view about stuff, you know, being in that place where definition of purpose is key. If we got something we want to do or achieve, being definite about it, being brave and powerful, the power that we have within us, that's been given to us, to deal with it and to deal with it right. And that gives us so much of, for me, I know it's given me so much freedom and autonomy and permission to be myself and to do things the way that I want to do them.
Yeah.
If I make mistakes, I make mistakes, you know. Everyone will make mistakes. I have a mentor who says, risk nothing.
You risk everything.
Risk everything. It's very true. In this world, there's stuff that we have to make a decision on, and it may not be comfortable, but it's necessary. And sometimes we don't understand just how necessary it is until we've been through it.
Real talk, real men. Man talk, real talk. I'm going to touch on a subject.
Careful now, you're scaring me.
Let's talk.
Whoa! Go on.
Relationships in general.
Yeah.
Are men being truly authentic in their relationships?
Well, let me ask you, you're a married man. What do you think?
Okay. When I first got married, it's the power of association.
What does that mean?
Whoever you're connected with, you'll become. So if you're around 9 millionaires, you'll become the 10th one. Your network is your net worth. That's what they say. I was around a network of individuals at the time. They were good friends, but if I stayed with them, you alluded to this earlier, I believe where I am today would be different. Because I was doing things because they done it. I was doing things not for me, but to please them. My marriage has gone through stages now where my true authenticity, my true authentic self is kind of been drawn out of me because that wasn't me.
So what element of that changed you to now where you are in this successful marriage of how many years?
30 years next year. 29 years to date.
Congratulations. I don't know how she did it, but anyway. Go on. What element did you change to get to this successful place in your marriage?
I would answer that by saying this. It's been a battle, man. And I call it self-discovery.
Yeah.
When you discover your purpose, my purpose is to inspire positive change by igniting destinies. So
how did that
expand on that?
Okay, please do. Because how does that connect to your marriage?
Right. I'm going to take it back further. My wife now, she was my girlfriend then when she was pregnant.
How did that happen? How much joking? No, go on. Go on.
Allow me to explain that to you, brother.
No. Another time.
Okay, remember.
Yeah, thank you.
When she told me that she was pregnant, the shift happened right there.
Wow.
I guess you could take it in stages because that was stage 1.
Yeah.
Stage 2 was when he was born.
Yeah.
That emotional connection, that emotional moment.
Yeah.
Where you realise, I've got to get myself together, man. I've got to look after this person now who's been gifted to me. I've got to look after this individual. I cannot allow him and my queen to exist. They have to live. When we got married, he was 2 when we got married, when I really connected with my inner self, who I am, what drives me, my faith that lies within me.
Yeah.
That was a monumental change for me as well.
But did that happen at the very beginning? Was that early part?
No. I believe we're on a journey and our paths are already formed, but the path, we have to connect to that path. Something shifts us to get on that path because we're going one way and then really we should be going over there. And life-changing moments happen and then they shift you onto that path. These were shifts. They're all significant moments, life-changing moments, but they just move you onto that path. And that's when your true, authentic self is discovered. Because when you discover who you are, that's when stuff starts to happen.
When you discovered who you were, talking at the fourth stage, yeah?
Yeah.
That's when your marriage...
Put me on a path of maturity.
Okay.
We're talking about man talk, real talk. I manned up.
Right.
I'd done what I needed to do in order to allow my family to grow and to become.
Right.
And now we have 2 grandchildren, amazing grandchildren. Got a fantastic friend in you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Got a lovely cat. As you can see.
You know, we've talked about marriage, we've talked about friendships. What about the dreams and aspirations? Your dreams and aspirations?
I'll tell you what, Jeff. I'm happy with the house that I've got. I'm not one of these people that wants a massive mansion and all that. We're Arsenal supporters, right? Okay. Love a box at Emirates. Again, not for me, not for you, not for us. So we can allow others to come in and to experience life on a different level, you know, supporting a good team, Arsenal. It's more of a material thing now for me. Now it's about legacy. What are people going to say about me when I leave this earth? In the back of my mind, that's what it is. Okay. And I want to leave a legacy for my grandchildren.
Yeah.
We're talking about dreams and goals and so on. It's legacy, man. Legacy forming. My goals are to look after my family.
Yeah.
Number 1 is to make sure that my wife and my family are taken care of in every single way.
Yeah.
And they don't want for anything. I want to be that provider. In fact, I am that provider for them. To grow our business, you know, where we can change people's lives. Just allow people to recognize who they are and to become what they were designed to be, what they were purposed for. To grow this platform so that we can touch millions of people's lives, men, women. We're talking man talk, real talk, but remember, people. But there are men out there need that shifting. They need to be put on that path. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. We inspire positive change. What about yourself?
I want to build a great business, which is a little bit about legacy, I suppose. But they say we as men, if we're not fathering many people, then what are we doing?
Exactly.
So I want to be able to know that when I close my eyes for the last time, I've left something significant for people to build on and my name be remembered. More importantly, it's about what it's going to do for those people.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
My life here, yes, has been about what I achieved and what about me being happy and all the rest of it. But it's really about how many souls I was able to change or assist in changing, because I can't change them. You and I both know that we can't push a rope. We can help people and we can give them a hand up. And with that, it always makes a difference, because you'll find out those who really want to do the good things in their lives and change. And that's key. So for me, it's really about being happy, having some nice stuff, you know, going on some nice holidays, being with my friends and relaxing, and the legacy. But at one time it would have been filthy rich.
Do you remember when?
Yeah.
What did you have up on the wall?
A white Countach.
Yeah.
Lamborghini Countach and all the big cars. But do you know what? I actually do not like those cars anymore. No, that's wrong. I like to view them. Some of them are nice to look at. But my mentor talks about some of the expenses that he has with these cars. Now, I know when we get to that point in the stage of success, cost doesn't cost anything. Cost doesn't matter, sorry.
Yeah.
But I just don't want the headache. 2, they don't really move me that way anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love cars, but I love practical cars. You know, like nice, fast, good, wholesome, good-looking cars, like some AMGs, you know, some raw. I like that. I like all of that. Getting it, drive, be happy doing that. But it's not like it used to be for me, you know, because I had these things on the wall and they were good, but they don't mean nothing to me at this stage of my life. I just want to be comfortable. I want a nice house, a nice home, nice partner, great time with my people, great holidays, great memories.
Do you think that there's a level of maturity that happens when you talk about dreams?
Absolutely. And it goes with age, but it also goes with experience. Because you can experience life on your terms rather than the terms of what you see success. Because remember, everybody looks at success differently. And when we looked at success back in the day, it was about having gold chains and lots of money and all these big cars. Material. It was all material. It was all material. But these days, success to me is about who I've become and who I'm helping to become.
What about the journey?
Journey means everything. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. The destination is fine, but the journey is where you learn who you are and about other people.
And you discover your authentic self along the way.
Exactly. To embrace the world that we live in and understand that, you know, as you carry on, you're going to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. But that's the thing. We as men and as a population don't need to put a focus on those mistakes, because that's what the real world does these days. And that's why a lot of people are afraid to make mistakes. It happens in school. That's why, another reason why I got into the personal development space. We got into the development space because we understood that then, you know, you were talking about your parent, your dad and so on, but it also was in school as well where they maintained it. Because in schools, they don't tell you about you being your authentic self. They don't encourage it.
That's interesting.
It's in this bubble. And the world is put you in this place because you're supposed to be in that place because it's all about control. But that's another subject for another day. And we could get deep on that one. We get really deep on that one because that's another subject matter in itself. But, you know, if we're talking about what we're talking about now, it really is the journey. And as you go on your journey, you realize that some of the old programming is not really what is going to do anything for you going into your future. So you got to understand that old programming,
delete.
It needs to be addressed. Some of it needs to be deleted.
In your life, you have to recognize those programs that aren't working for you anymore, and you have to control, alt, delete, and get rid of them. We
have that choice. Good things in, good things out. Bad things in, bad things out. It's the same as us. We're like this walking computer. And this is where the bravery comes in. Sometimes people hold on to those old programmings because that's all they know. But here's where the courage comes in. You've got to recognize that those are not doing you or serving you any well in your future or your present. Yeah? So you have to make a decision. Am I going to change it? Do I have the power to change it? Well, yes, you do. But do you have the courage? Only you can answer that.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right.
And if you have the courage to change it, then it will be changed.
Yeah.
And that's where you become that authentic person for yourself. And then the world will see it and the world will buy into it. And the world will buy into it, by the way, because they will see the transformation if they've known you long enough. Yeah? And the world, even if they didn't know you, they can sense something on you. You know it as well as I do. When we get into the company of certain people, we will gravitate. Thank you. I'm just trying these teeth out for somebody and it's not working. We will gravitate towards people because they carry a certain aura present and it's raw and it's real. We will buy into it. We want to know about that person. And invariably, they become good friends. They maybe even become partners. They might become mentors. Well, they'll become people that we bring into our lives. And you spoke about it earlier, is that power of association. It's the same thing. You know, you just get into that environment because you realize that that's the environment you need to grow. You change. And you realize that the things that you were holding on to that are not serving you anymore, you have the courage to change it.
Yes, sir. So we're going to end on this. Why are we doing this podcast? Who are the types of people that we want to bring on here? What sort of subject matters are we going to talk about?
Well, the future is that, you know, this is a platform for men to speak freely about any subject. So as we go along, there'll be many subjects that we'll be touching on. I mean, we touched on a few today. There'll be specifics. But then that's the other thing that's really interesting and exciting about what we've got here, is that we may have specifics, but once a conversation starts, everything can come into that conversation, you know? And that is the exciting thing. That's the platform we want. We want to be able to deal with, you know, when people come onto this podcast, they leave a different person. That's the key.
We allow the script to be in the flow.
We allow the unwritten script to be the flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a list.
Okay.
Okay. So the topics we're going to be discussing are why men need to talk, meaningful relationships. We're going to have experts that are going to come on and discuss these areas. The difference between healthy and unhealthy habits, fatherhood, dreams and goals, business, chivalry. What's happened to the art of chivalry? What's happened to it?
Some say it's dead.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
I don't believe that whatsoever.
No, I don't.
Do women still see it as being relevant in this modern world?
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, what are men's needs today?
Can I tell you something? I said to my wife the other day, you know...
Your wife?
Yeah, you should embrace your mistakes.
Right.
You know what she did?
What's that?
She hugged me. Anyway, go ahead.
Moving on, Mr. Simpson. Right. What men need from their partners?
What men need
There
from
you
their
go.
partners.
Sport,
Sports.
football, Arsenal, finances. We're going to talk about finding your purpose, discovering your purpose, goals, communication skills, how to communicate yourself to
Very
success
important.
in life.
Very important.
Mindset. How do you develop the mindset to achieve success, to achieve what you want to achieve out of your life? Getting yourself organized. These are the areas.
Well, I don't know about those guys out there, but I'd be very excited about those subjects that are being discussed, because there's a whole spectrum of connection and different parts that can come out from those conversations. So I'm excited.
So am I.
Yeah. So this has been good, actually, the first one.
Have you enjoyed it?
I reckon, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Of course I have. I'm only been playing. It's only because it's you.
Let's leave something that you'd want to say to somebody out there listening in that might be going through a moment in their life.
Well, what I would say, first of all, nothing comes to stay.
Ooh.
Everything comes to pass.
Ooh.
Yeah? So if you're dealing with it, find someone, find something, an area or an attitude that will take you to the next place. And if you don't know how to do it, log into Man Talk, Real Talk. We can help you. But just remember, you are the man and you can change it. You can change it because it's in your power to. It's been real.
Man Talk, Real Talk.
Man Talk, Real Talk. Here's the start. This is the first episode. We look forward to hearing and seeing you on the next one.
How can people connect to us, Jeff?
mastermindacademy.co.uk. There's Instagram, LinkedIn. There you go. Simple.